Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is ZD6YI running the worldwide DATV Net today. Not many people on as far as I can gather, but we'll see who's on in a minute. We just want to thank everyone for joining us. We're also on YouTube, and it's going out, so that's good. I'm sure the guys will pop in due course. Anyway, it's quite a cloudy day here near Johannesburg. A lot of cloud all over the country and thunder showers expected. So if I suddenly disappear, you know why. I want to take this opportunity of thanking the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us to have our amateur satellite on their satellite or piggybacking on it. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL, AMSAT UK, and of course the British Amateur Television Club for all the work in the background, the design, the development, and getting this thing into space. A fantastic achievement, the first amateur radio geostationary satellite, and it's been going since about the end of 2018. So they did expect about a 12 to 15 year lifespan. We're almost halfway through it. Anyway, let's hope something else comes up and that we have a longer time. I just want to say hi to Frick, ZS6 FZ, and to Nigel at 2 Echo 0 Echo Hotel, and afternoon to Stuart Clark, ZR1 Whiskey Tango. And then we also want to say hi to Paul. Paul's not well at the moment. I believe he's in hospital. That's our friend in, where is Paul situated now? But anyway, that's Paul, OE8 Papa Charlie Kilo. We wish you a speedy recovery, Paul. And then also, it is today Peter, GW7 BZY's birthday. Happy birthday again, Peter. And we'll see you on the net in due course. So let's just see who's on the net. I also saw Mike Zero Fox Bravo Foxtrot on with an excellent signal. Kevin, I hope you're going to come up. And on the net today, let's just have a look, see what we have. We have Peter, the birthday boy, GW7BZY. And that's not going to help much, is it? Let me just move that. Let me just get the right one on for us. Sorry, guys. There we go. Not many on. So let's just see that it's going out correctly, though. There we go. So, Peter, to follow me. And then, hello, Paul, from the Netherlands, Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa. Nice to have you on as usual. And I don't know who else is coming on. I do want to say hi to Ashley. Golf Echo 8 Delta Papa Hotel Stroke Alpha. So he's in Spitzplatz. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. However, let's have a look, see. No one else has come up. So this is going to be an incredibly short net, which is the case. So to you, Peter, GW7 BZY, to please take it from ZA6YI, if I can just get the
GW6YI, GW7BZY. Thank you, Gary. That's a turn me sound down. I'm sure I've got sound. I just checked it all. Naturally, there's some calamity. As soon as you say to go, the screen wasn't responding to the mouse, so it now seems to be working again. Hopefully, I'm now in here as well as out there. I think the weather here is particularly bad. I think you've got overcast. I think it's getting dark here. Not very nice at all, and it's been pouring down. I did have a look at I use two dishes. I've got one transmit and a receive dish, and the one out in the bottom of the garden is to receive, because obviously the coax isn't such an issue. The big 1.2 meter dish, 1.25 meter dish is just the other side of the wall and on the gable end of the house here, which is fed with only or less than 3 meters of Andrews Helix. So making the most of the RF output. But the receiver antenna is both smaller and poor condition and not ideal. And of course there's quite a lot of vegetation growing around it. I was quite surprised. My signal's getting weaker and weaker. And I went out there and there was brambles growing through it. Perhaps I should go out again and have a look. Anyway, regardless, so what have I been doing? I have been playing with my video encoder. We haven't got a large group, so it's going to be a short round. So anyway, I'll go with it. I'm running DATV Red, and I have been running the DATV Easy for some time because not being able to get the software into the Pluto, but I managed to do that eventually without bricking it. Or resorting to DFU, which hasn't worked out well for me in the past. I'm now running DATV Red, and there's a facility on DATV Red where you can add a line of bash into the advanced encoder section. There's a room for a string there. So I thought, what am I going to do? Make it better. It was quite a jump up in quality when I went from DATV Easy to DATV Red, without any adjustments. So then I started fiddling and changed it from very fast encoding to slower encoding and etc. I thought, oh, that's a significant improvement. And then I fiddled a bit more and studied a bit of how it all worked. And now I'm using a slow high quality 2-pass high quality tune. Profile main, you don't want high because that would be 10 bits and that would be a waste of data. And then I thought I'd add this, and I thought, well, what do I need? Well, I need some to make the most of the encoding. You don't want to encode noise or particularly high frequency aspects of your image, even though resolution is meant to be a good thing. Not so much when you're only transmitting 333. So without making it look blurry, as some encoders do, I thought I would filter it, high quality 3D noise reduction. It does temporal as well as others. Can't go into the exact specifications of it. So I denoised it. Then I went to unsharpen mask. I thought, well, I need it a bit sharper now, so I'm using unsharpen mask, which anybody who uses Adobe will understand what that is. But otherwise, it gives an appearance of sharpness by adding contour to the contrast, adding contrast. So around my glasses here, that's why I'm probably wearing them. It's because it gives it a very good, nice edge, and gives you a perception of resolution. Plus variable data rate, variable bit rate, which is not, I'd say, intuitive, or you think constant bit rate would be the thing, but no. Variable bit rate seems to work the best, so I'm running a variable bit rate with a buffer size which is bigger than QO-100 had, usually 1200 kilobits. Look ahead, 32 frames, spatial, temporal, B frames. F4 weighted, I think that does P frames, and I'm also using a strict GOP so that it ends where it's meant to, and that makes it easy for the encoder. I think I'll take comments whether or not the improvements, and by the way, I'm running 25 frames a second. I used to run 15 frames a second previously and have done on the DATV Easy, but now I'm running full 25 frames a second European. I could on 720p. But I've also add a little bit of data saving by adding taking 25 frames off the top, or 27 frames off the top of the image, and 27 pixels off the bottom. So not frames, pixels off the bottom, and 5 of each end, and that again makes the data go further. With that long spiel, I hand it to PE1 AVP for comment. Thank you, Gary, for bringing me in, and let's see if I can. I'm running my mouse off my knee because I'm too far away from the desk. Go for a test.
Audio check. Audio check. Okay, that seems to work. That's great. I'll provide a bit more output power. That means that always takes a little time. So that should be more convenient to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. To all of you, looking outside, it's really sunny weather at the moment. Temperature is 14 degrees, and for this time of the year in the Netherlands, it's really beautiful and warm weather. So I did enjoy it already. First of all, thanks Gary for hosting, and congratulations Peter. Happy birthday. I've got no clue how old you have become. Perhaps you can tell that in the next over. Eh? Yeah, curious to know. Doesn't matter. And by the way, I looked at your picture, Peter, and it really looks good to me. So no problem whatsoever. Wonderful picture, and I had a look at the percentage of null packets. It seems that you are using the available bandwidth really well at the moment. So that's good. I just came in after a long walk since it is that beautiful weather outside, and I had a party last night, I could say. I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the night. Woke up at the usual time in the morning, so I missed some hours of sleep. But since I saw that only you, Gary, and Peter were on the list, I simply thought, let's go upstairs and switch the equipment on, which I did. I also had short contact with Paul in Austria, and what I understood that he is on intensive care, I think in the hospital of Klagenfurt, but I'm not completely sure about that, due to heart issues, and hopefully he will be better soon, of course, and hopefully we can see him again. Here on the net really soon. Last week I worked on the brakes of my MG again. There was not that much to align, but I did it. I went to a garage to do a measurement on the brake performance, and it seems to be right. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock already I will travel to Amsterdam with the car on a trailer to go to the MOT again. Let's see what comes out of it. I had little success so far, but hopefully tomorrow it's better. Then I did some small tests with SDR television from Simon. Still, it's a wonderful software package, and I'm most grateful to Simon that he created it. And it seems to work well. I did not connect it yet to the power amplifier. I would be able to do it, but I simply did not do it. So it's all testing on the bench. I enjoy the software. Regarding the video quality, perhaps I could make some remarks, but just as what Peter is doing a lot of fiddling and tuning around, perhaps I'm able to improve it. But at least it works, and that is great. On my somewhat older i9 PC with a lot of RAM memory, so perhaps that does the job, but it works. Okay, you made a lot of remarks on the way of video coding, what you are doing with advanced encoder. These little adjustments which you are making contribute a lot to the video quality, but you really have to know what you're doing. It is difficult for me to comment on the detailed settings that you gave, Peter. One remark, and that reminds me on Gary's gift in the background. Perhaps you can give it a try again, Peter, because audio and video are not at all in sync, at least is what I'm receiving. Perhaps you can improve there a bit, Peter. Okay, camera and microphone to South Africa, to Gary from Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. I must compliment your audio. It's crisp, clear, fantastic audio. Really, really, really good. So well done on that. I've just noticed something. I switch off the air conditioner and the remote control also switches off my one light. So anyway, there's an interesting thing. I just wanted to see, we might be lucky. Kevin, Mike 0 Fox Bravo Foxtrot. I'm going to cut carrier and see if you can join us. It'll be lovely to have you on. Mike 0 Fox Bravo Foxtrot. Saw you on earlier. I'll give a pause and see if you want to break in from ZD6YI. He cometh not, but we'll try again later, maybe. I see I've got a bit of heading bone on it. Anyway, very good there, Paul. Lovely over. And, well, I'm certainly hoping, holding thumbs, that you pass the MOT tomorrow. I hope you take your certificate from your brake guy. I hope he was able to generate one for you, and you take that and say, oh, look, I've gone to professional people, they're happy with that, and test again. I don't know how to play it because it seems as though they've got the needle in for you and they're going to mess you around until the end of Sundays. Small-minded. Let's hope they've had their fun now. Every time it's costing you a lot of money, a lot of effort to get to Amsterdam and trailer on and off, and really. But anyway, let's hope that they pass it for that and not go through it with a fine-tooth comb and say, there's a squeak in the in the dashboard we don't like. They can be funny if they want to. I think you made a bad move when you you were moaning the first time. However, they might be a little bit more human. Might have a nice weekend this, and then all's good. Let me just see. Not seeing that yet. Okay. I don't know what, Mark is also listening or watching, and he said he had a problem with the audio from Peter. I didn't find any. I found that now and then it wanted to drop, but it was fine. Your audio is excellent. Also want to say hi to Benno and to Ishmael. Benno, he's watching Fox Bravo 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. I think he's watching on DATV. What do you call it? On YouTube rather. And then from Hanover in Germany. Hello, Peter. And Peter, nice to see you again as usual. And also to Ishmael, of course, from he's also Germany DL1 Echo. Peter and Ishmael and Stuart occasionally, but Frick, they come on quite regularly. I know Frick ZD6FZ is very keen to come on to DATV as well, so that's good news. We hope he will be on in due course. Right, yeah, I've got a frog in my throat or something. I'm still battling with this blasted shingles in the face, and it's the one eye. My left eye is rather red. I don't know why. Luckily, I've been to a eye specialist. He's put me on all his instruments. He says nothing wrong with the vision, thank goodness. But it could be that I'm allergic to something, or it's still remnants of the of this bloody shingles, which I had last in about 1989, and now that was just on my middle body, and then it jumped up to the left side of my face. So hasn't been pleasant, but at least the worst is over. So we'll just have to carefully take it. I just want to say on Sunday the 23rd, I may not be at my post. My grandson Leslie and myself and a very good friend of mine, he used to be the head of our Air Force in South Africa and then became our Secretary of Defense. He's General Pierre Steyn. We're flying down with the chopper, taking the chopper down to a place called Sandstone. It's a big sort of military parade. It's quite a nice event. In fact, the guy leading that military parade is also a radio ham, Z4 Bravo Sierra, Mr. Green. So it's going to be nice to see him there. In the meantime, I've also got the amateurs from the Sasolburg Radio Club. There's 6 of them going down in a caravan and so forth. I sponsored them with fuel and a bit of something to eat. So they're going to be there on Friday and also come back on Sunday. I don't have the time to sit for about 5 or 6 hours on the road, maybe 2.5, 3 hours each way, maybe a bit longer, and bad potholes. So I'm taking the chopper with Leslie and old General Pierre Steyn. It's going to be a nice weekend. We leave on Friday and we're back Sunday, but I'm not sure if I'll be in time. But Martin has said he would try and step in. That's the G8KOE. So Martin, thank you very much for assisting. I just hope you can make it. We understand the conditions and situation rather. So maybe if someone else could maybe just stand by in case Martin can't make it. I really don't know what time I'll arrive back home. Depends on the weather. If it's nice weather, I might be in time. But whichever way, I thought I'll just mention it early. Right. Okay, Peter, let's hear from you. GW7BZY to take it. I don't see anyone else on the list. May I just have a quick quiz? Let me just have a quick look. It's just the 3 of us. So, if you wouldn't mind taking it, please, Peter, from ZA6YI.
Okay, that one. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Gary. Paul. I'm thinking it might be the greenies trying to get your car off the road there, Paul. It's an old car. I mean, if it's I think it's an MG. I think they've got drum brakes, and they probably never pass a modern brake test. And it's probably a plan by the government to get the old cars off the road. That we did have free. We were MOT and tax free here for vehicles over 40 years old for how long I can't remember. But there's talk of them taxing them, and if they're going to put emissions control test on, no old car's going to pass. So they just want to stop people having fun. I think the new government's, yours probably as well, seems a very puritanical streak coming out. Anyway, Attack of the Greens I've written down here. I did neglect to mention that when you're saying your computer was powerful to do all this sharpening and noise reduction, I thought, because I put it in the coder where the graphic, the advanced encoding section would be automatically handled by the graphics card, but no, alas. After putting all these settings in and just tweaking them, using DATV Red, where you've got the test, where you can look at the stream on a viewer, VLC viewer, and MPV, and it looked perfect. But when I transmitted, it soon started to show problems of it freezing and what have you. And I did make a lot of effort to get it down to down to 6 or 8. Is it the no packets? That was a conscious effort that I made. Adjusted the buffer and the maximum and the target bit rates that achieved that. You got 30. What is it? 30 some 20%, 30%. I did write it down. I can't see it now. Of wasted data. So that's quite how you manage that. I don't know. But 64 is the age there, Paul. 64, 64th birthday. I too had a late night last night and didn't get to bed till 3 o'clock, and got up not quite the normal time, because I usually try and stir around about 7:30. It's probably Gary thinks it's probably half the day. He's done half a day's work by then, but and I would be up and at work long before then as well, but on a work day. But no, so I'm a bit frazzled today. Helicopter, fair play, Gary. You're living the high life, aren't you? Fantastic. I don't know about helicopters. You know, how well is it maintained? I don't know, mate. Don't want you to worry you, but it's different when the wheel comes off your car, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. Shingles. You've got that shingles, Gary, yes. I've never had measles. Ever. I've had no childhood diseases, to be fair. My parents did try and give it. My brother had some, but I never had any, so they did try. And now I'm terrified, not terrified, but I'm very concerned when I hear someone's got shingles or measles. As I've not had it, and it's pretty nasty when you're older. Not that I need to tell you that, but so I'm a bit concerned about that. I mean, I have people thrown off the site, you know what I mean, out of work if they've got to live better. That's about it, really. I think. Am I still putting a good signal out? Looks like so. DATV Red has a very nice facility on it. If you've used DATV Red easier, you may be aware just by the B-frame BB Q. It gives you a graphical representation of the frames that have been. I'm sorry about the lip sync there, Paul. I don't think there is a lip sync error. I'm sorry about the lip sync there. I thought it was chopping about a bit. I just remembered. See, I'm seeing it perfect. Okay, love. See you later. Wife's going to visit her mother. Bye, love. She's in a home down locally. Just below the queue, there's a green, which when it's all good, and red when it's not, when you first start the encoder. And if its speed says equals 1 times, then it's perfect, and if it's anything less, it's imperfect. What I had noticed when I did all these settings in my previous efforts, although appearing perfect on the VLC and then MPV viewer via the test output, when it went through the modulator, it soon showed errors and started to break up and stop, start and judder, and losing audio and etc. I was going to say about my audio. My audio sent at 16 kilobits 11 sample rate of 11 kilohertz. Mostly because I'm aiming for good picture rather than good audio. I could increase the audio data rate, but at the expense of the picture, and I'm about picture rather than audio. Being television, I know it's just Mike KR would not agree with me, and his pity wasn't on today because I could banter with him over it. But that little thing with the speed, that gives me the data rate, and I highlighted that with my mouse, and I'm running Windows 11, and hit the magnifying glass, and I could see there was a little AI loop there, a little multicoloured loop that you got on Windows now, and I just dibbed that, and it says, oh, your data rate, your encoder's going too slow. Why don't you use hardware? Oh, why don't you use Coder? I thought, well, why don't I use Coder? So that's what I've done. I'm now then installed into Coder, using the Coder on the graphics card. So both sharpening, noise reduction, and all other things are done on the graphics card. So Paul, if you've got a reasonable graphics card, and mine's is not brand new, latest thing, it's a 3070, it does it all, and it leaves the CPU and other activities unaffected. So there we are. That's enough for me. I think that'll make my last. I think you've heard enough from me, and see my efforts. Possibly now, I might say, the best amateur television picture in the world, but I'm not the person to say that, am I? From GW7BZY, just let that hang in the air with a test card. Where's my mouse? Yeah.
Check audio. Check audio. Yeah, okay. Audio is there. I always check it because I've seen so many stations in the past making a transmission without audio, and that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Okay, Gary and Peter, and I also saw in the chat that Mark made a remark which is important. He said that sync between video and audio was in spot for him. So let's also listen at Gary in a few minutes what he thinks about it. But for me, Peter, you were still a bit out of sync, but that could always also be let's say at my side. Yeah, thanks Gary for your audio report. That really sounds good. The test certificate, I honestly hope, I'm driving there to Amsterdam for the third time, that I will get a positive test result. Because I simply want to go on. And most important is that I can start an insurance on the car, but you cannot start an insurance on the car when it was not tested positive. Yeah, indeed, it's a lot of effort to get it approved. But you simply have to go through it. There is no other possibility. And a more human treatment in Amsterdam. I think that inhabitants of Amsterdam will disagree, but that's always a bit difficult, Gary, with people living in Amsterdam. So I had many recommendations to find another station somewhere else in the Netherlands because they are much more cooperative. At least that is the experience. So if there would be a fourth time, perhaps I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Sorry to hear about your red eye, Gary. Hopefully, it will be solved automatically. I do not know, but it's not nice. Okay. Yeah, and you made a remark that you will be taking the chopper. Perhaps you can do that, but that's not available to many of us. But it's great to hear that you are able to join the military parade there. And I also understood about Mr. Green. Perhaps you can have a radio amateur chat with him. Okay, Peter, you're still a young guy. Congratulations. Yeah, that's some years ago for me. That's a pity. And taxing old cars. Well, the same discussions are, of course, going on in the Netherlands. The car that I'm talking about is 75 years ago. 75 years old, and that means that it will not be taxed. That means road tax. That's not applicable, but I simply have to spend money for the MOT. There's no other possibility. And I spent already something, I can tell. Yeah. Clear, the advanced encoding. The PC on which I'm running SDR television, that's a rather advanced PC with an advanced video card. So if I would dig into it, I could get some improvement. The current setup, Peter and Gary, I built that, as you know, some years ago now. It's based upon a very cheap Chinese hardware encoder. I did experiment quite a lot on constant bitrate and variable bitrate, and finally decided to tune it to variable bitrate, which I'm using now. And the reason for the rather high amount of 0 packets, that is due to the fact that there is little movement in the picture at the moment, but if I'm showing a video with a lot of movement in the picture, then you will see that the amount of 0 packets will go down dramatically, and I don't want to see hiccups. That is the reason for it. Looking at my own video at the moment, it is not the best available, but that's also due to the fact that there is little light in my shack. Well, for this QSO, it's a net, but it seems to be a kind of QSO between 3 people. So I thought this is sufficient. Yeah. Okay, this will also be my last over this afternoon. Yeah, it's always nice to meet each other here, isn't it? Thanks a lot again for being in the net. Thanks a lot for hosting, Gary. And yeah, till next time. Microphone and camera back to South Africa from Papa Echo #1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay, Paul, very good. Okay, Paul. I just want to see, Kevin, maybe you're ready to join us. I just also want to say hi to Don. Echo 1, was it EI, Echo India 8 Delta Juliet. And of course I saw, too late though, to say hi to Alfredo. He's in Italy. He always comes up every time as well. And of course Ishmael, a Delta Lima 2 India Echo. Yeah, Dennis Green, he's ZS4 Bravo Sierra. He was a sergeant major in the army back in the day, and he's going to lead the parade, I believe. I know Dennis for many, many years. A good guy. He actually is the editor. He was the editor of Radio ZS, and then when we had a new committee for the South African Radio League, I actually asked him to come back on as the editor, and he did, and he's done a marvelous job. Our Radio ZS is world class, I must say. Paul, just a stupid thing happened to me this morning. Start up everything, have a look. I see there's not enough current on my 1LNB. Let me see. Yep, the GPS disciplined oscillator is plugged in. I get nothing, no signal. Off to the dish, undo. I don't get any signal. take a little portable Kenwood, oh no, ICOM 705, this little guy, took that along, and I couldn't hear the 25 megahertz. So it was a problem to eventually find out I had the wrong coax plugged in. Plugged the coax in, bang, nice, got a signal. And the beacon came up beautifully. So I thought, okay, let me just test on another guy's frequency. And I received a Foxtrot 6 station, not too bad. And then later, when other stations on, so I tuned onto them, and I hear nothing. Well, I don't hear anything, and I don't see any picture. So eventually I started the transmitter, switched on my transmitter a couple of times, and yeah, I see the signal on the scope, on the band scope, but no decoding, no audio. So I go back to the beacon. I had to switch off the receiver and reboot it. Beacon's fine, audio's fine. So I go back to my signal, try again, I don't receive my signal. Now I just had a problem with receiving a signal just a little bit lower up in the band. Also couldn't receive the signal, yet the beacon. So then I saw on the frequency that I was, it's this frequency, nice strong signal, can't hear, can't see anything. So off comes the LNB. I put another LNB on with no GPS lock. Beacon fine, my signal not, and the other chap not. So I scratch around and I see obviously an LNB that I'd worked on or something, but I thought, well, let's try it. Put it in, bang, that's the one I'm using now. But here's the thing. Eventually I discover that I forgot to switch the F1 EJP streamer on. That's why I couldn't see my own signal. Secondly, the station that was trying to call me is Martin, G8, King of England. But here's the rub. While I was battling, he was on a 266, I think he called it, 266 instead of 256 video mode, shall we call it. He was experimenting with a 266. So that's why I couldn't decode him. So it's actually a comedy of many errors. I should have just left the original LNB and plugged in the right coax from the little Leo Bodner, and life would have gone on. I must have spent an hour messing around. So it just shows you Murphy was running around this shack, and he's probably sitting on a table here having a good laugh. And when you think you've got it cracked, he messes you around again. He even scratches in the UK. Anyway, that's a story. But so it happens. Yeah, no, the helicopters are always checked, so I have no problem. I haven't been flying for a long time, but anyway, what do they say? Only fools and birds fly, and bloody fools and owls fly at night. That's an old saying I got from a Scotsman, ZS6CC, silent key for many years, 50 years this year, he's silent key, Andrew Mochen. But he used to do quite a bit of flying when he was young, just after, he was born in 1903, it was just after the First World War. He used to fly a bit, and of course it was, you can think, models of 1920 onwards, and that's where the saying came from. Only fools and birds fly, but bloody fools and owls fly at night. Anyway, coming back to you, Peter, you got a good signal indeed. And Don Echo India 8 Delta Juliet says you are with the group of the best. So your fiddling around's working, and it's really good. There's no doubt. Your audio could improve. if you could marry the audio from Paul with your TV signal, I think you'll have it licked. Then we can give you the gold cup. Paul, maybe on WhatsApp or so, you can perhaps tell me what microphones you're using. I see you've got 2 mics. Sounds beautiful, crisp, excellent audio for communication purposes. Right, with that, let's just see if Kevin wants to come back or come on. I saw him earlier. Now, he had an excellent signal. Mike 0, Fox Bravo, Foxtrot, perhaps. If not, I'll close the net from ZA6YI. He's on, because that was a very nice signal indeed. And that would have been, see this pixelation I've got, I don't know why that should be. Anyway, with that, I'll say 7-3 to everybody on frequency. Thanks for coming up. We had 31 viewers, 19 concurrent. All those on YouTube, welcome. And hopefully, as things settle down in the UK, and it gets more to winter, we'll have more and more people coming up. And now and then, we have South America up, not as often as what happened in the past. So, Ed, Papa Yankee 2 Radio November, we look forward to seeing you again. And also Saro VU3 OBR or VU2 OBR, for example. So with that, 7-3 to all. Enjoy the rest of the week. And hopefully we see you all next weekend. And Paul, in ICU, get better soon, boy. We want you on the bands sooner rather than later. And we hope it works out well for you. 7-3 ZA6YI, closing station.
Yeah, then I have to comment again, Gary. I had to laugh about your comedy with many errors. Yeah, honestly. But I think we are all facing that once in a while. Eh? At least I make the same mistakes. Yeah. But luckily you did not blow any equipment or so, because it can be nastier if you make these errors. Yeah, what I had forgotten to tell, that is, yesterday I had the repair cafe again in Castricum. We had over 50 customers, I can say. Most of them bringing either a vacuum cleaner or a coffee machine, espresso machine. So talking about equipment that should be improved regarding quality. Well, these machines have to improve, that's clear. Okay. Now I know I'm not a fool since I'm not flying, Gary. Thank you. But no, I wish you all a pleasant week, of course. Well, Papa Echo #1 Alpha Victor Papa signing off and clear for today. Bye-bye.
Cheerio, Paul. And I forgot to mention, you are right. Peter's sync was slightly out when he clapped his hand. You could see there was a little bit out, but Peter will get that sorted. That won't be difficult for him to do at all. And hi to Spain, Echo Alpha 2 Alpha Alpha. Echo Alpha 2 Alpha Alpha. Nice to have you on the YouTube channel as well. Hopefully you guys will join us next week. 7-3 ZA6YI QRT for the third time. Typical 80-meter ragju ham.